when they brought bad fertilizer. And I'll give you evidence, the one that you want, because I think this is important. A company called Maisha Minerals and Fertilizers Limited. This is Defke, who is a partner of the president. He is also into fertilizer, and he is the one who imported bad fertilizer. Okay. So when the report came from KEBS saying this fertilizer is bad, President William Ruto ordered Linturi to allow the fertilizers to come in and forget about it. Then they wanted to arrest Linturi and take him to court for this fertilizer this year. And I told the president, you cannot do that. Bideka Linturi is innocent. It is yourself and Felix Kosgei who are buying fertilizer in State House. In fact, as we speak today, I want to tell the Kenyan farmers, today there is no fertilizer and the long rains are here. Because fertilizer has not been prepared. Because it's the president himself who does it. He decides from who at what price. And this has taken time. Okay? And again, finally, the Russian government gave us 40,000 metric tons of fertilizer.
The donation.
Donation. It was given to this man called Maisha Minerals by the president. And another 30,000 metric tons from Nigeria given to the same man. They blended and sold it to government. A donation from Russia, a donation from Nigeria was processed and sold to the Kenyan government at the same price that we were buying fertilizer from. And I would like you, now that I've told you, go and ask the Ministry of Agriculture, the fertilizer that came from Russia as a donation, which farmers were given free of charge. The ones that came from Nigeria, which farmers were given free of charge. The president gave it to Maisha Minerals, Defki, his friend, blended, packed, and sold to the Kenya government. They pocketed billions of shillings. That is why. Today, I want to tell President William Ruto, I don't need to have to go anywhere for me to talk to the people of the mountain. The people of the mountain have a way of communicating without going to a public rally. And decisions are made and agreed on, and that is what is happening. When you decided you are coming to the mountain, we communicated people to come out in thousands and pick your money, and that is what happened. I have a way of talking to the mountain people without going there. Probably he can lock me out of the rest of the country because I don't know how to communicate with those people. But for the mountain, it's an exercise in futility. Okay. And I said, when I was told, the people who told me were advising me not to go. They told me the gangs there will kill you. I said, I will not cancel. If they kill me inside the church, because I'm a member of PCA, I'll be a martyr. And I'll go straight to heaven if I'm killed in church. And I said, I cannot run away. I'm not a coward. I'm a son of the Mau Mau. And when they came, I want to thank the Christians. The men did what we do in our community. They rise to defend the women and the children. The women and the children's comfort for safety, but the men joined with my people, fought off the criminal gangs.
So to the naysayers who might argue that, and of course, chaos at the pulpit is unfortunate and something to be frowned.
Not even at the pulpit, anywhere, chaos are unfortunate.
Yes. So to those who might push a narrative that, lightning just doesn't strike the same place twice, perhaps this is something set up to bring out the emotions of voters, to sort of bring the empathy, to those who might say that this was
that is a narrative by the government, and it's a stupid narrative. It cannot go anywhere. When we were attacked in Limuru, it was in broad daylight, everybody was there. They almost killed me in Limuru. When I was attacked in Shamata, everybody was there. President William Ruto used to say that there are no fools in this country. I don't know at what point he changed his mind. He thinks they are fools. You cannot fool all the people all the time. People know that the government is organizing violence against me and the people who are unhappy with what is happening in the country. But I want to say we are not intimidated. We are not cowed. We'll stand firm. I have asked our people not to retaliate, but the young people are telling me now this is too much. And that is what happened in Wiki yesterday. And much as we have told our people not to counter these gangs, I'm not sure that will happen anymore from what happened yesterday in Mweki.
Okay.
Who are the owners of e-Citizen? Who is the owner of Fuliza? Today,
so they're the ones benefiting from that 50 shillings.
That 50, any time you use e-Citizen, the Madrins at State House have your money. This government is a money-making machine. And there is no national interest. There is no concern for the people of Kenya. And we may reach a point we may ask the people not to pay taxes. Because it is a government, everything is an enterprise. There is nothing that is being done for national interest.
Okay.
And everything starts and stops with William Ruto. And he called me myself when we disagreed and said, I cannot work with you. I would like you to resign. And if you don't, I'll impeach you. And later on in the interview, I'll tell you why we disagreed. And he said, instead of you going home empty-handed, and since you assisted me, I would like you to go with your retirement package, and I can get you some money to get you started off, like 1.5, 2 billion. I told him to go to hell. I'm not interested. I'm priceless. And that kind of money, I have. You know how much I funded your campaign. I am not a man to be given 2 billion shillings. You know what kind of money I am into. And therefore, I said, fine. He sent a very senior officer to come and see me. On Thursday, when the National Assembly resolved that I should be impeached by going to the Senate, that Friday morning, he sent a very senior officer to come and see me. And he gave me his terms. And again, it's my ethics because I don't record people. I recorded that conversation, giving me that offer from the president. I have that record. Okay?
So the senior official was speaking for the president?
Yeah, he sent me. The following day...
But the burden of proof lies with the accuser. We need to see this.
No problem. The following day, he told the officer I should go and have a discussion with him. And I refused to go to State House. He suggested I go to his hotel, the Western Hotel. I refused. And we met somewhere along State House Road in one of the safe houses run by the National Intelligence Service. And between me, that officer, and myself, we had a discussion with the president. Again, I recorded that conversation for posterity because I know William Ruto. I put it on record. Again, he gave me that offer. I told him I'll think about it. I didn't want to have a fight with him because it was not necessary. That officer persuaded me that I should listen to the president. And because he's a man from home, he said, it doesn't matter, whatever it is, just listen to what he has to say.
Who is this officer?
No, I don't want to...
For the sake of our public, you call for an interview, you have to... Let
me explain. So I said, no, I declined. The day I went to the Senate, the first day, that officer again was dispatched by the president. And I refused to see him, but after consultation with my counsels, I agreed to see him. Again, he brought me another offer. I recorded. I am very conflicted. That officer is an innocent man. He's an emissary of the president. He is in service. If I expose him now, he will lose his job. He will be in very difficult circumstances. So on discussion with my family and lawyers, we have agreed that when he retires, and it's not very long from now, we'll be able to release that information. And I have done that because I know his family and I don't want to jeopardize his position. And because he did not come on his free will, he serves the president and he cannot be able to argue with him. I'll have that information. It is ready, it's well stored. And I would like to tell these people not to try to come and raid here to get it. It's not here. I've stored it nicely. Ndugu yangu, nchi inazama kwa sababu ya waoga. Mimi si muoga. Mimi ni mzalendo wa Kenya na nimejitolea. Na hakuna mwanaume atakufa kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni. Mwanaume atakufa tu mara moja na kuzikwa na maisha kuendelea. Mimi nimejitolea, rais anifanyie vile anataka. Akitaka kuniua, aniue. Hakuna shida, Kenya itaendelea. Na hata akiniua ndio itaharibika zaidi. Wamenihangaisha sana na familia yangu. Watoto yangu wamehangaishwa sana na rais. Mwenyewe ndio anatoa agizo Pahali walikuwa wanafanya biashara, wamekaa karibu mwaka 7, wametafuta ile mwenye hiyo building, wamemtisha afukuze watoto yangu, wamefukuzwa. Na ni sawa. Ile tu tunashangaa ni kwa nini rais anapigana na watoto. Jensi ameteka nyara, ameua. Watoto ya Rigathi anahangaisha. Kwa nini unapigana na watoto? Najua kikwetu hata kama iko vita, unapigana na mwanaume mwenzako. Upigane na wamama na upigane na watoto. Sasa unaona anapigana na Chief Justice huyu Martha Koome. Anapigana na watoto ya Rigathi Gachagua, anapigana na watoto ya Kenya. Tunataka kukuomba rais, tafadhali sipigana na wanaume wenzako, wachana na watoto. Hao watoto ya Rigiji walikupigia kura, baba yao walikusaidia. Hao ni watoto wadogo, ni vijana hata hawajaoa. Biashara zao unaingilia nini? Unawafukuza kwa kazi kwa nini? Na ni watoto. Na ndio nafanya watu wakuchukia, wanaona wewe ni mnyama. Kwa sababu hata kama unapigana na mwanaume, kwenda mpaka watoto wake unawafuata, watoto wa mtu. Watu wanaona hiyo ni kitendo cha unyama. Na ndio hata watu ya kanisa saa ile wamejua vile ametesa watoto yangu, wamemchukia rais sana. Wanaona amekuwa mnyama ya kupigana na watoto ya mtu. Nimeambia watoto yangu, najua nyinyi mtoto ya chui ni chui. Kwa hivyo baba yenu ameamua kupigania Kenya. So kama mtaumizwa juu ya hiyo, mkubali tu, kwa sababu sasa baba yenu amekuwa na msimamo. Na lazima mvumilie. Na bora wako na chakula, hata biashara yao ikifungua hakuna shida. Ile tu tunaomba rais, hiyo watoto wa bwana hawa, tafadhali na kuomba rais, don't kill my children, wachana na hawa. Wacha hii watoto wajitafutie riziki, waanze familia zao, wajipange huko mbele. Wewe pigana na mimi, kwa sababu mimi ndio tunajuana. Na mimi ndio nilikuwa nikakusaidia ukakuwa rais, umenigeuka, unaniingilia, unanitesa. Hata amekuwa anaambia watu ati wanitafutie mashtaka. Ati kama kuna pesa yote niko naye, kama iko biashara, mimi hakuna biashara nimefanya na hii serikali, mimi hakuna makosa. Ile biashara nilikuwa nimefanya huko mbele, nitafutiwa makosa na serikali ya Uhuru, ikakosekana, nikawekelewa, ikaenda kotini, ikakwama. Marafiki zangu zote wanafuatwa. Kila siku watu walifanya biashara katika ofisi ya makamu wa rais nikiwa huko, wanashinda wakiandikishwa statement. Wakiambiwa kushurutishwa ati waseme pesa walipata, walikuwa wananipatia mimi. Wanasema hakuna kitu wamenipatia. Hawana uhusiano na mimi, hawanijui, hatujuani. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni maneno ambayo tumezoea ya the use of the criminal justice system to manage politics, ambaye rais anafanya saa hii. Lakini niseme mimi nikiogopa Wakenya watafanya nini? Lazima nijitolee kwa niaba ya Wakenya kuwapigania na kuwatetea, na nitaendelea. Na nimekuambia mimi niko tayari. Hata wakitaka kuniua, mimi nitazikwa pale nyumbani na maisha iendelee. Hakuna kitu kitasimama.
Farouk, this Itumbi, all these statements you see ministers issuing, like the one DCI has issued about the violence yesterday in Mweki, it's Dennis who crafts them. He crafts the messages, and you can see even that is language. He gives them to read. And my problem with that so-called small men is that they work in cohort with the president. And he hangs around State House. And if you have a discussion with the president and he doesn't like the way it is going, he sends him a text, and Dennis walks into the president's office and says, Mr. President, you are late for the next meeting. And the president brings the meeting to a closure. I had not realized that until I studied. I saw there is a pattern. And any time I had many issues with the president that were not pleasant, I would face him and say, this is not right, this is not good, and I would win the argument, and he doesn't like it, and he would like to bring a meeting to a closure. Somehow Dennis walks in, and I saw a pattern. So one day, we were launching, the president was going to sign, the housing levy law, bill into law. And I was with the president in his office, the two of us, and I had a very hot conversation with him. And I was telling Mr. President, Kenyans are not interested in affordable housing. And people are very unhappy about the taxation. And Mr. President, only a fool doesn't change his mind. Let us look this thing. And please, from the feedback I'm getting from the ground. And Mr. President, I was elected with you. I mean, it's my job to tell you what the people are saying. And since we are elected together on a joint ticket, when I see we are going down and I don't tell you, it is not fair. Then when we were just continuing, I think he took a phone, Itumbe comes. And he said, Mr. President, we need to go. And I told Itumbe, my friend, next time you interrupt me when I'm with the president, you know who I am. Get off. I am the deputy president. I was elected with the president here. Who are you to come and interrupt our discussion? Do you know what we are discussing? The president just looked and said, I think we go. Okay? So that is how I raised that issue. And I told him, Mr. President, how do you get these people to come and interrupt a meeting with your deputy all the time? So that those are the issues we were saying. I was fighting with small people.
Everybody knows it's the worst kept secret in this country that he's the one who crafted the impeachment and bribed members of parliament at 500,000 each and senators at 10 million, bribed the mover of the motion, the Kibwezi West MP. He has been everywhere complaining he was shortchanged. He had been promised to be the chairman of the Budget and Appropriation Committee after successfully tabling the motion. And again, the president was saying that the MPs overruled him. It is common knowledge that those Mount Kenya MPs cannot overrule the president. They do whatever he wants. You remember when he told them to pass the finance bill. They went and passed the finance bill despite the fact that there was public outcry. And the members of public had serious problems with them. The day he changed his mind because of the Gen Z protests and said, we are doing away with the finance bill, they were clapping for him. They never argue with him. You remember, again, the Adani saga. They were defending the Adani saga.